I want to know where my young widows are. I want you to comment in the comments below if you're under the age of 50 and you are at home raising children. I want to know that too. I just got back from a widow's retreat called Never Alone, and to say widow's retreat sounds super depressing. Let me just say that first of all. But secondly, it was the most hope-inspiring weekend I have had. There wasn't even a weekend, last several days that I've had since Quentin passed away. And the entire event was named Seen, and how we feel so unseen in our communities and so unseen in our friend groups and so unseen and misunderstood. And but we had a call to action at the end of the conference that said, now that you have been seen, it is time for you to see. And so I want to call out and say, where are you? Where are my sisters that are going through the same life, the same unwanted club that we never wanted to be part of, that are trying to figure out how in the world they're going to make it each and every moment of the day? Where are my young widows? So if that's you, I want to hear, and I want you to share this with somebody so they can get connected with me. I do feel there's a calling to see other people on my platform and to help them to find healing and point them to the ultimate healer, which is Jesus Christ. But some people have never even known that or even understood what that means, like on a practical level. It sounds great, but how, right? I'm that kind of person, like, hey, you know, my husband and I always would do leadership trainings in the businesses that we were in, and he's like, I want somebody to be able to walk away with not a big picture idea. Yeah, those are great, those kind of get your fire burning, but I want to give them practical things, tangible tips that they can walk out. And so that is my mission. I don't know how I'm going to do that, because I'm still in the midst of my grief, but I don't want to wait until I've battled it and won it and overcome it, because the reality is, friends, I'm not going to just overcome my grief. It's a daily battle, and the battle honestly has already been won. And so it is my time to be able to see you. Where are you at? And I want to be able to provide resources for you. So a couple of things I want you to take away from this quick little video here is that your tragedy does not turn you into victimhood. I think that's the number one thing that I was afraid of, that people would look at me and feel sorrow for me, not in a encouraging way, but look at me as a victim. Oh, poor Lori, there's the poor little widow. That's the last thing. Now, granted, I do feel that way on a multitude of levels, but because I'm missing my person, but God has called me to a bigger and higher place than I can understand. And so I want you to know that your pain is a catalyst for his miraculous. And I want you to declare that and believe that in your life. And so if you don't understand what next steps to take, you're not alone. If you don't know where your community is, you're not alone. I want to encourage you, if you are in my situation like me, I want you to comment the word widow, and I'm going to have a resource that's sent to you. I'm going to include, I don't have it with me, the Widow's My journal, that there's 365 devotions that are written from people just like you, women that are walking your situation right now, to help empower you with the word of Christ and help to give you those tangible kind of, I understand those moments to be able to walk out your grief. And again, it's not ever something that you get over, my friends, but it's something that you find a community and you walk through together, and you start to realize that your disaster of a situation, your mess of a situation, can be turned into his mess if you're willing to show up and do the hard work. Friend, it is worth fighting for your healing. For those of you that I called at the very beginning, called out and said, who are you? Where are my widows? Where are my young widows that are still momming? They're still at home trying to help their kids grieve. Where are you? Because there are tools that you don't have to feel alone. There are tools to be able to help you to do that, and tools to equip you. And so I'm going to send you a couple of resources. I'm going to be updating those resources. I feel very called to do that. As I learn more, I'm going to expand out on that resource. So for those of you that are widows and not having children at home, I don't have I do have a couple of resources there, but not quite as many, because my journey is trying to figure out how to grieve successfully, if that's even a word, through motherhood, and help my children do that very same thing. So, and in honoring their father and figuring out what the next chapters of our life looks like, because God, through our mess, he can share his message. And our pain, our deepest pain, and maybe this widowhood is not your deepest pain. Maybe you haven't lost your spouse, but maybe your deepest pain is something else. Do you realize that God uses your deepest pain to be a light, to be a catalyst, to be his voice, and create miracles? Don't be afraid to step out and share your testimony. It's by the blood of his lamb and the power of our testimony that we can change lives for the kingdom. Love you, friends. I'm having my coffee at home this morning, which I'm really excited to do. It's late, we've overslept, whatever. But I had my coffee on the go. You know me, I bring my coffee on the go everywhere. But it's nice to be able to take it, make it, and sit at home in my chair and reflect on the week. Have a great day.